Well, good morning. Sunday morning. That's a bit of the old layout down there. And this is what the room looks like now. I don't know if you get a view from this, but the centre section completely gone. What was the scenic cutting is slowly being dismantled. This will be the fiddle yard here. The fiddle yard will feed into, well, those lines. I'm about to rip those up now, literally. Oh, look at that, pins are beautiful. If only it were real. Well, that'll come around to this section here. This is going to be cut down from 2 feet as it is now to about there, so about 18 inches. Gives me even more space. That top section will go. I will remove the that whole covering there, set up my control panels at a desk which I can now get in the room there, so I can actually do some proper modelling. That's the key for me. And then this is the station area, which you can see I'm sort of measuring out to make sure I can get a reasonable rake. I only ever ran locos with 6 coaches. That's all I could get on in my old layout, really. You know, never going to get an 11 or 12, but 6 just about does it. So I've got to work out this head shunt here, how much space I actually need. The theory is that loco comes across the point. I shall put a uncoupler there. That should work. And then down at this end here, the locos then move back. Tell you what, if I close the blinds, that might help. Yeah. So you get an idea of what I can do. I've then got 2 lines up the middle here. Platforms, I'm going to completely redo those. I'm going to get some plastic kits and do them properly this time. Nice and straight, so they should be quite easy. Get on there. What's the matter with you? Perhaps that might be some reason why it came off. And then they'll go into a scenic tunnel there and curve round and out to the fiddle yard. Basically, that's what I'm going to do. And it was inspired by a layout called Lambourne on BR Blue that I saw, which was just fantastic, really. And I've used AnyRail, and this is basically the layout. Now, if I tilt it this way, you can see that this station area is what I've just put together there. You can see the double slips, there they are. They're going to go off here, and then I'm going to have a tiny little shelf there of about 6 inches where this return loop, well, it's not really a return loop, but that's going to give me a loop round to the fiddle yard, and there'll be a hatch here that I can raise up in that section down there. That just means I've got a loop if I want to run stuff in. It gives me an option of keeping a train going round as well, but it just doesn't or won't have the feel of the roundy train set, which unfortunately is what my other one was. And I think people have seen it. I've been too kind. They should have just told me, and they'd have been right. But that's the layout. I think that probably gives you a really good overview of it. And it's simpler and should be easier to manage, I think. Yeah, and I know it's simpler because I've got a whole load of points left over. So I'm not really sure I'm going to do with those. If anyone wants them, they're all wired. You know, they've got the proper wiring for being live. All good nick. There's 4 curve points there. There's about 100 quid's worth there. Plenty of spare track. Loads of stuff. All the wiring. Well, what happened to that? That's what happened to it. It's just gone. There's a bit left there for me to rip out today, but I'm gonna. I mean, I did say, oh, that wiring, it's not complicated, but it was an embarrassment. It looked terrible. So I'm going to do it so it's neat and it's proper, so it doesn't look appalling when people come round. I haven't really worked out how I'm going to do the bus bar yet, the bus wire. I'm probably going to use a lot of chock blocks and keep it really neat. And I'm going to directly solder the droppers to it rather than using those red connectors, which are just unsightly, really. And I don't think that reliable. Occasionally you need to pinch them up to make them work, and I'd rather not do that. And the great dangling baggy wires as well, I won't have any of that on this layout. I want it to be a proper model railway and spend a lot of time modelling it properly. That's my plan. And my plan is to follow this plan here. So any comments, you know, I am prepared to take visitors. People come and have a look. But as you can see, I can move around and I can approach the layout. I can reach right over comfortably. I can even get in there if I want and sit and look at that side. Even Ali Bernabia looks happy. Not sure about Dennis Stewart and Colin Bell, but after last night's performance I reckon we're all happy. Have a good week, everyone.